Bro, when I deleted Snapchat, they would send me daily emails trying to get me back on the app. At one point, they sent me 5 days in a row, 5 days straight, the exact same email saying, "Oh, you have new messages." They were the exact same messages that I had when I deleted the app. They don't want us to win, bro. What's up? My name is Johnny Self Improvement, and I used to be severely addicted to Instagram. It took a long time of trying to quit social media. I think it took about a year to actually delete the Instagram app off my phone, and then a few months later, in November 2022, is when I deleted my actual account. And I think November or December of 2022 is when I deleted my actual account, and I deleted it because I got pissed, bro. So I re-downloaded Instagram for some reason, and I looked at this chick that I went out with, her Instagram, and then I clicked on her one thing, and I saw her like hanging out with other dudes and shit, and that. Anyway, it got me pissed off, right? And later use that as motivation. But it just got me pissed, and I was just so pissed. I was like, "Fuck this shit! So I deleted my account from that, and because I just didn't want to be seeing that shit again, man. I didn't want to be seeing other people's lives, man, because it just fucked with my head. It always did. And then a few months later, in the beginning of this year, is when I deleted Snapchat, the Snapchat app. I still have the account, so yeah, you fuck me, you fucking hypocrite over here. I still have the account, so my excuse is that I can re-download the Snapchat app when I want to, because I have a bunch of saved videos on there. When I want to re-download a video so I can use it in a video or something. But that's an excuse, right? But like I said in the intro of this video, when I deleted Snapchat, they would send me, I'm not even fucking joking, they would send me emails telling me, "Oh, you got unread messages, you got follower requests or whatever, somebody's added you." And it would, no joke, they would send me the exact same email day after day. The exact same email, the exact same messages. And then the exact same person, it would say actually think about that for a second. I tried to quit Snapchat and Instagram. I tried to quit these social media apps for over a year. And then when I finally did it, they're sending me emails to try to reel me back in. And I understand it's just a business. They want money. That's what they want. But honestly, fuck them, man. Honestly, fuck them. They know exactly what they're doing, man. They're hiring the smartest, software engineers, whatever the freaking term is, to get us addicted to this shit. And then they see us guys on self-improvement, us guys wanting to take back control of their lives, who are done with all the easy dopamine hits that the modern world has to offer. They want to become something more, want to become disciplined. And they see us doing that, and they still try to reel us back in. But they can't. After a certain point, you get escape velocity, and you're just there, you're out there, man. You're at a point where they can't get you back, and that's the point where I'm trying to achieve. So today, I'm going to take you through all the excuses you have for still having Instagram and other social medias too. And I'm going to dismantle them. And then give you practical advice that you can take home to actually quit these apps. If you're watching this, then you've probably tried a few times to quit Instagram or to quit Snapchat or YouTube. You delete the app, you feel all good about it, but then it ends up back on your phone again. You want to go text that buddy of yours, you're trying to get some chicks, trying to look something up, and you're seeing memes, people sending memes around you, and you feel left out. Maybe it's TikTok, everyone's trying to reel you in, "Oh, you gotta get TikTok, bro." And you always find yourself coming back. And there's probably a few reasons. There's a few reasons for me that I kept coming back, that my excuses, that I made. I'm gonna dismantle them right now. So the one excuse I made was Instagram and Snapchat and social media is made for talking to friends. If I delete these apps, I won't be able to talk to people. I won't be able to get that social connection. I won't be able to have that just social life, because social life is now online. It's on screens. But the solution to that is simple. When I deleted Snapchat, I texted all my boys. I said, give me your number, bro, I just explained it to them. I said, I'm deleting Snapchat, bro, give me your number and we'll hang out sometime later this summer or whatever it was. And I just moved all my homies to phone numbers instead of Snapchat. And when I say that, guys are like, I can't do that because, Snapchat is just easier, Instagram is just easier. I can send memes and I can do this, and they send me stuff and it's just easier. It's more convenient for people. If a friend tells you no, if your boy tells you that, he's not going to text you on, the messages app instead of Instagram, that's not a friend. At least that's not a friend to me. I wouldn't consider that a friend. At least to me, a friend wants to see you win. A friend wants what's better for you. And if he's being honest with himself, he knows that social media is fucking terrible for you. So if he sees you trying to better yourself and he's refusing to swipe up off of Instagram and click another app to talk to you, if he's not willing to do that, then he's not your friend, man. And I do feel for you, because social interaction happens on these apps now. People don't fucking talk to each other anymore. There's probably like a certain group of friends that you hang out with in person, that they go to places with, you see at school and stuff. But the majority of people you interact with are probably on these apps. But the thing that I had to realize was most of these people I'm talking to or I'm snapping or whatever, they're not my friend, man. Like they don't, like if shit went down, if I had to freaking, bro, if the Russians came through and I had to call them up and like, boys, we gotta get through, we gotta get this shit, we gotta get the hell out of here. They would not be there for me, man. They would not give a fuck, bro. They'd be going with their own friends, man. The people that I actually considered my friend had absolutely no problem with texting me on messages, on using your phone numbers. And yeah, you can't send each other posts, and you can't, snap, take a photo of yourself, which is fucking the Bud Light of things to do on your phone. Honestly, what kind of guy snaps another guy? Like what the, I understand why you want to snap a girl on Snapchat. You're sending photos, you're trying to get this fucking, But why would you snap a guy? Like, wow, that is the freaking most Bud Light thing ever, to take a photo of yourself and send it to another guy. I don't know. I don't know. That's just weird to me. That concept is just weird to me. Like if you do that, bro, if you, walk into the Bud Light aisle, like no judgment, but, and this goes along with the next excuse, which is girls. Oh, I can only talk to girls on Snapchat. I got these baddies I'm talking to. And then honestly, texting girls is boring as fuck, man. I don't know if you can relate to that. I've always found it just boring as hell to text a girl. Like you get one word answers. You get, snaps of a girl's corner of her head, her temple. Like I don't see the point of it. And yeah, that's when she's uninterested in you, but let's be honest, bro. If you're watching a video like this, man, she's probably uninterested. And a few girls that are interested, and who knows, man, maybe you're on self-improvement, you're going to the gym, you're getting yourself to become a more high-value guy. You got some baddies on your phone, blowing up your phone. If there's a baddie on your phone, if you're talking to a baddie on your phone, on Snapchat, on Instagram, just ask her out. What is the point of texting if not to get to that point anyway? Like the whole point that you're texting her is so you can eventually see her in person and then go on a date with her, have sex with her, whatever it is, right? Are you really texting her just because you like her company? You like, sending pixels to her that resemble words? Probably not. You're probably texting her because you have hopes of something more happening in the future. So why not just ask her out now? Ask her out now before you switch over to text messages. And if she says no, then it wouldn't have worked out anyway. And then you're probably saying to yourself, oh well, I will ask her out soon and stuff. So I need to stay on Snapchat. I need to stay on Instagram. If you were gonna ask her out, you would have done it already. So just either man up, ask her out, and if she says yeah, then sick. If she says no, then fine. Get off Instagram, get off Snapchat. And if you don't, then you weren't going to anyway. Plus, bro, all the fucking degenerate girls are on Instagram, shaking their ass, showing their ass in pictures. Like, if you want some degenerate girl who is posting a picture of herself surrounded by a bunch of guys that she's about to get railed by, like, that's on you, bro. If you're into that type of chick, that's on you, man. That's your thing. But that's how it is on social media, man. Girls are just degenerate on there, bro. I don't want a girl who's on social media, man, honestly. It's just for degenerate purposes, man. Like, you either, send out your DM and it never gets opened, or you're too much of a coward to send it in the first place, or you do the classic where you have freaking porn on one tab, fucking jack off to that, and then bust to her photos on the other tab. And me personally, DMs and, snapping girls, it never got me anywhere. It never actually got me a date. It never got me to, like, I think the majority of dates I've been on were from girls that I saw in person and I either got her number or, whatever, I met her in person. Or girls that were introduced to me by a friend. Like, none of the girls that I've went out with were because, I added her on Snapchat and we started talking. We went through a talking stage and then we went on a date eventually. I don't know, man. Maybe that's just me, but I've never had success through that. It's always been in person, meeting in person, going up to her and asking for her number. And I prefer it that way. It's so much better when you can... It's so much more how things used to be, man. It makes you feel like a man, as cringe as that sounds. Seeing a girl, going through your day, seeing a girl, cute girl, going up to her, introducing yourself, shaking her hand, and asking for her phone number, and then, that night or the next night, asking her out on a date, texting her. Like, that's how it should be. At least if you ask me, bro, dating, that's how it should be. Not these, 4-month talking stages where you're talking to a girl and just getting nowhere. bro. I just hate texting, man. Like talking stages are just so dumb to me. Just go, like honestly, just you. The end goal was to go out with her and meet her and be in person with her anyway. So why not just do that from the jump? Why not just either meet her in person, or if you're talking to her already on social media, just ask her out. But, all the whores are on Snapchat, all the whores are, sending nudes to guys, and, you see fucking 6 guys lined up with the exact same photo from that same girl. If you want a degenerate girl who's willing to send you nudes and willing to do all these things, that's on you, bro. But I'd rather have a decent girl who I'm going to go on a date with, and, I'm going to treat her, and I'm pay for the date, we're walking around holding hands and stuff. I'd prefer that, if you ask me. And this connects with another thing that of why social media is so fucked, is that it makes you compare yourself to other guys. It fucks with your head, man. Like I'd be going on Instagram, like me remembering Instagram, I'd see the girl that I wanted, or the girl that I wanted to go on a date with, or that I'd already been on a date with. I'd see her with other guys, and that would just fuck with my head, man. And yeah, maybe I was dating some degenerate girl, or I was attracted to some degenerate girl. Maybe that was the case. But just seeing that, it just fucks with your head, man. It doesn't make you feel good. And even just seeing other guys who go to your school or near you, who are like, getting all these chicks, they hang out with these chicks, they're drinking, they're partying, degenerate life, It makes you jealous of a life that you shouldn't be jealous of. Because you're seeing the highlights of it. Like everybody says, social media is the highlights. Even if you don't want to, even if you're actively telling yourself, oh, I'm not comparing myself, I'm just looking to see what other people are doing. Whether you admit it or not, it's not a matter of will. Just seeing that, you're automatically comparing yourself with these people unconsciously. And, here on my channel, mental health it might be the number one priority, especially for most guys nowadays who are just getting on self-improvement. Like, our mental health is fucked, man. You think looking at other guys, living the life that you want, yet you're sitting here, with your dick in your hand, jacking off to freaking stepsister porn? You think that it's not gonna fuck with your head seeing that difference? And yeah, this sounds hypocritical because I make videos, promoting competition and, seeing other guys who are more successful than you and trying to beat them. But the difference, I said this before, the difference between comparison and competition is action. When you're staring at dudes on social media living a better life than you, you're not taking action. You're just sitting there feeling bad for yourself. And that's what I did, man. That's what I spent hours doing every single day. Like, no wonder my mental health was shit. No wonder I was depressed. How could you not be depressed when you're sitting there, laying on your ass, doing nothing, being helpless, and just seeing every person live a better life than you, doing the things that you want to do, living the life that you feel that you can't reach just yet? Like, it fucks with your head, bro. And I've said in other videos that what I would do for competition is I'd find guys on Instagram who, I was in competition of, that I was jealous of, and I would take screenshots of their accounts, their photos, and I'd put that on a document and then look at it and then, get a bunch of motivation, and then I'd use that as motivation, as energy, and then I'd go do some hard task, or go do a workout, or go do whatever it was. That's the difference, bro. That's the difference. It's action. Like, yeah, have that thought of that guy that you want to beat, that guy who took that girl that you wanted, but do something about it. Don't just sit there staring at him on Instagram. Like, once you see the photo, once you see the guy, or once you even think of the guy, visualize him. Go, move, throw the phone out of your hand and go do something. Go hit some push-ups right now. You don't need to be seeing him to get that motivation, that energy. You just need to be thinking of it. Like, I barely go on that document because I made a new one more recently with like a new set of photos of different guys. But you don't need to go on that document often. Like, I rarely go on it. I just have that as reference for when I need it. And another way that social media fucks with your mental health is that you're just seeing how fucked up the world is. You're seeing how depressing the world is. You're seeing all these Satanists go to these rallies protesting against Christianity. I saw a video of Jordan Peterson, and he said that he's been giving his clients this advice for decades. He would tell them, stop watching the news. Just stop watching the news. And people would be like, oh, well, what if I don't know what's happening, if I miss out on some information? And he said, if it's important enough, you'll find out eventually. And that's kind of my life now. Like, I don't know most of the, TikTok trends or these TikTok things, but I hear about it in conversation, and if it's important enough, I'll hear about it. Like the other day, something so simple. The other day, my buddy told me that the one guy died. I forget who it was, but he was just telling me that, oh, do you hear the news about that And I just like I don't hear news about things much anymore. Like I see the Bud Light stuff, I see that kind of stuff, right? But I don't really, but not being on Instagram and especially not being on TikTok, I just don't see that stuff. And my life is better because of it. How could you not like be upset and be riled up when you're seeing these feminists yell at you for being fat phobic because you want to lift weights, because you want to touch iron? Like like just seeing it, you'll just get upset. You'll just get mad. And how couldn't you? And that's everybody on Twitter, man. That's how everyone's Twitter's life. It's just them getting upset at stuff they see. And you know, if you were on Twitter, how could you not? The stuff that goes on there is just wild stuff, man. I don't know how it is nowadays with Elon buying it, but I'd assume it's the same. When you're constantly seeing all this stuff every single day, how could it not affect you? Like realistically, how could it not? It's the same thing with your old parents or your old grandparents sitting and watching the news every night and seeing all these murders cases and all these things, and they call you up crying like, you gotta get out of there, you gotta the apocalypse is coming, the Russians are coming. That's like social media is our news, man. That's social media is our generation's newspaper, you know? Except back in the day the newspapers actually told the news. Now it's just freaking, CNN. I knew all of this stuff. I knew how bad social media was for me, but I just kept riding that bag. I kept riding it out, trying to go as much as I could, because I was convincing myself that I was getting a little benefit. I was watching the gym edits and I was getting motivated, and I'm seeing these quotes, put on these gym workout videos, and I'm getting hyped up and I'm getting fucking going wild and stuff. Is that little dopamine hit that you get, is that worth your own mental health? Is that worth looking in the mirror and not being happy with the physique you see because of you seeing all these guys on social media being more jacked than you, and putting your own progress photos in your hidden folder on your phone so you just don't have to see them anymore? Is that worth your own mental health? Is wasting hours of your life when you know that there's things that you should be doing out there, yet staying stuck and keeping your life a time lapse of the exact same moments every single day? Is that worth your own mental health? It's for you to decide, man. But I know my decision. But now, the practical advice. How do we actually quit Instagram and quit social media? Well, the number one thing is progressive overload. And you always hear me talk about this in videos, but for this, it's very important. There's very specific things you have to do. You don't want to be that guy who, gets all motivated at 3 a.m. and deletes Instagram and he feels all great about himself after he's, come depleted, finally trying to get his life back together. But then a couple of days later, he's back on it. That happened to a buddy of mine. We were walking in the hallway and I saw he had Snapchat, and, I know he's done self-improvement, and I'm, trying to, motivate him and stuff. And I said, hey bro, why do you have Snapchat? Why do you still have that? What are you doing on there that's, worth so much? And then I saw him, he looked at me, looked back, deleted it. And I was proud of him, But then a couple of days later, I see he's back on it, And that's a cycle, man. That's a cycle I dealt with. So I'm not hating on the guy, of course. But it doesn't work to just delete it all of a sudden when you're still addicted to it. We have to take it slow. We have to take it step by step. Deleting it took me a year to delete the Instagram app, and then a year and a few months to actually delete my account so I can't go back on it. You have to give yourself some slack. Like, these programs were designed to keep us addicted. Like, they split tested different screens and different, like features and all these things to make it as addictive as possible, and especially TikTok. Like, that platform specifically, I've never been on it, so I don't know. My buddy pressured me into getting it once, and I got it, and I deleted it half an hour later because it was just filled with ass. So I deleted it. But from what I hear, TikTok is the worst for being addictive. And thousands, millions of people are addicted to them. We're trying to fight all that. We're trying to fight all these, nerd engineers, designing this to keep us here. We're fighting our dopamine system here. Like, the fact that we can even be here, even have the desire to want to quit Instagram, to quit social media, that's already insane, man. The fact that we're going against the majority of the world, the majority of our friends, the people around us, and want to be better than them and want to quit the easy dopamine that they're addicted to. The fact that we can even be here right now, if you made it this far in this video, like I'm proud of you, bro. Because I don't think anyone else is going to tell that to you, but I'm proud of you for doing this, man. And you should be proud of yourself, which is worth more. But let me tell you that this is gonna take time. So we have to take it slow. Like I said, you don't wanna be the dickhead who deletes Instagram and then has it back 2 days later. So what we should do right now is, this kind of depends where you're at for this, but I'm gonna break it down. First, we wanna develop the discipline to stop going on Instagram while we still have the app. Seeing the app on our phone, looking at it, knowing that we can have access to all the fucking ass and all these memes and texting people and all this, knowing we can do that, but choosing not to. Because every time we do that, every time we look at it and swipe away and don't click on it, we're building a little bit of discipline XP, a little bit of XP of not going on Instagram. And we build that up over time. It's gonna take time to do this because you're gonna fuck up, you're gonna just, out of habit, just click on it and start going. And then you're gonna realize, oh shit, Johnny's gonna be fucking pissed at me that I'm doing this, and then you're gonna click off. But that's okay, man. Like, that's gonna happen at first, just out of habit. And just, awkwardly sitting in a, social situation, not knowing what to do, so you just pull out your phone and just go on Instagram. Like, that's what most people do, man. In class, like, I'm listening to podcasts, trying to, writing emails to people. I see other dudes, they're just scrolling on TikTok, Instagram. Like, this is the basic move of most people. This is what this is like the default people go back to. So it's gonna take time to break that habit. This could take months to do it, and that's okay, man. Because every day is progress. Every time you don't click on Instagram, that is a little bit of progress. And then when you're starting to use Instagram less and less, you can start telling your friends, people you talk to start texting you now, or give them your phone number, take their phone number, and start texting them on text messages and using phone numbers instead, and start making that a habit. Once you can start, instead of contacting people through Instagram and Snapchat, but through text messages, calling them up, once you can build that as a habit, there's no longer that need for, social interaction through these apps anymore. And then eventually, you'll go for months without using Instagram. Like months, you'll have the app, but just every day looking at it and not even paying attention to it. Being very purposeful with your actions and not clicking on Instagram anymore. Once you can go months without clicking on the app, not even clicking on it, after months of that, then you can actually delete the app off your phone. Once you're not even using it anyway, and it's just taking up space. Because at this point, you're already there. You're already not using the app every day. So deleting it and not seeing it, that's not really gonna do anything. And then months of having the app deleted and not going on it. And you might fuck up a few times, might go back on it, you might look up Instagram.com and sign in. But months of not being on it and months of not having the app, then you can log back in to delete your account. And that's what I did, man. Delete it permanently. And what it has, it's like I think it temporarily deletes it, but within 30 days, you can still get it back. Once you get past those 30 days, then you're home free, man. You're running in fields, barefoot in fields, fucking running with horses in fields and stuff, and you're just breathing in the fresh air, eating honey straight out of honeycomb and stuff. You're just running, chewing on honeysuckles, in the nature. Life transforms, man. But that could take a long time. For me, that took a year and a few months to do that. And for you, it might be different. For you, it might take longer, maybe shorter. But you just have to keep in mind that every little bit is progress. Every time you look at that app and you don't go on it, that is progress, even though it might not seem like it. Just like in the gym, your first workout, you don't see any progress. You look in the mirror, you might have a pump, but the next day, you don't see any change. It takes months to actually see a difference in the mirror. And it takes months and months to actually see a significant difference. But that doesn't mean that first workout you weren't doing anything. It does. You were building muscle. You were, breaking down those micro tears and, regaining them back. But you just couldn't see it yet. It was below the waterline. It's the same for this. It's the same for quitting social media. Now that we're trying to stop clicking on the Instagram app and stop clicking on Snapchat, we need something else to do. Because not like that is the default of people, man. That's the default of these, NPCs walking around. They're just going on Instagram, going on their weather app, swiping when they see a cute girl walk by. Going on the calculator like, oh yeah, what's 7 times 8 again? We need a new basic move. And this is something that Hamza has talked about in his video on monk mode. We need a new basic move. A move that we can go back to that can replace Instagram as that default move of when we have nothing to do to just pull it out and just, have at it. And for me, when I pull out my phone, the main thing that I'm doing is business work. I'm writing scripts for videos, I'm texting my editor, I'm sending emails to my Dream 100, I'm making plans, I'm trying to, plan war, I'm trying to plan how I can start these things to get attention for the channel and all these things. I'm just doing business work, which is unlimited since, of course, I'm not rich yet. So there's unlimited work to be done at the moment. But something else that I've been doing, when I pull out my phone and have nothing else to do, is listening to podcasts, specifically educational podcasts that are aligned with the goals. And this is what Hamza talks about. I love listening to like Joe Rogan and Theo Vaughn's podcast this past weekend. Like those are some of my favorite podcasts. And I still listen to them. But it's not that productive. Yeah, some podcasts you can take advice from, like Joe Rogan's with David Goggins and Andrew Huberman. You can take some advice home from that. But a lot of them, it's just talking shit, having fun, more for entertainment. But podcasts like Modern Wisdom with Chris Williamson and Andrew Huberman's Huberman Lab podcast, all these episodes are like full of value, just packed with just education and value that you can use for your own goals. I've been listening to Huberman's podcast about dopamine and motivation that I'm using for my dopamine detox now, that I'll make a video about soon. And that doesn't require any extra work. Like you can, just like Instagram, sitting back just scrolling, you can just be listening to that and having a fun time. And you'll look like a fucking weirdo because you're just going to be, with your AirPods just staring out into nothingness while you're just sitting there for like minutes and minutes on end, in class, and people looking at this guy like, the fuck is wrong with this guy? Is this guy meditating right now? What the fuck's going on here? But who cares, man? You didn't want to be like them anyway. If you're on this channel, if you've made it this far in this video, this, who knows, 20-minute video probably, you don't want to be like most people. You don't want to be normal. And this is like a last bonus piece of advice, is to start living in the real world. Like start going out, start being in person, going out to in-person events, calling up your buddies like, oh, let's all go bowling this weekend, or going to some place and going up to girls to talk to girls and getting their numbers and stuff. If you start doing more in-person things and meeting people in person, and you start getting better at those interactions, improving your skills, the value, the reward is incomparable to the reward you get from texting somebody on Instagram or Snapchat. Like, it just feels amazing. Like when you can walk up to a pretty girl you see and, fight your fear and go up to her and ask for her phone number, and you get that, hot girl's phone number. You're on a high, man. Like when I go up to a girl and I actually and I get her phone number, I feel like I can lift a car, bro. I feel like I can, freaking Ronnie Coleman and like anything, right? And going out and talking to your buddies in person and doing some event, like I was at church this morning and I was talking to my one buddy about lifting and the gym, and we talking about a bunch of different stuff, and just having an actual conversation with someone in person, when you're making jokes and you're laughing together and stuff, and you're talking to other people, getting groups and stuff involved, and you're pointing out things and you're making fun, and you can be that social guy who's bringing everyone together and making jokes and stuff and seeing people laugh and just having a good time. It is incomparable to sending a meme to your buddy on Instagram. Sending a meme about freaking Kermit the Frog talking about big booty bitches or some shit. I don't know, bro. I saw that shit in like grade 5, bro. I don't even know. And you'll get addicted to it, man. The feeling of going out with your buddies, going out bowling or going out to laser tag and having a fun time running around fucking shooting these guys. It's incomparable, man. And that's less of advice, that's more of me just telling you it, because I'm not telling you how to do it. But I have videos on how to be less awkward, how to start approaching girls and cold approaching. So you can watch those if you're interested. Don't be afraid to give up the good for the great. Peace out. Subscribe, bitch!